Hi everyone. I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind for a while, ever since I was born and currently. And I struggle with some women, including girls. Um, it's been hard for me as a man with autism, including learning disability, to admit that I struggle with this because I get judged by many people, including my own friends or people in general, about this. Also, another reason why I struggle with talking about this is because of what society has become. It has become more divisive, where it is more like women versus men hating movement. And sometimes we have women that love to use bullying as a way to hate other people, including people with disabilities. And also in society, too, we have way too many celebrities, public officials, including our current president, who uses bigotry against women's rights, which makes it more divisive into society. I've been struggling with my disability ever since I was born to currently. The challenge of my disability is I struggle on understanding social cues, or how to even understand people's personalities, or to figure out how to communicate myself with other people in different social settings, including on social media platforms. I have an interest in girls, including some women, like developing a connection. For example, I like to try to understand who they are as a person, learn about their interests or their hobbies that they do, and simply just trying to be a human being. My approach about being a human being to a woman or girls is I want to be a good listener to them when they struggle in life or when they're simply just trying to make achievements, or even if they're just trying to be creative. I try to do the best as I can to not just view them as women or girls, try to view them as human beings themselves, and being the best as I can to be a supportive person. When it comes to social media, it's not really easy for me to communicate or to even connect with a girl or a woman because I get judged by how I look or if I can't meet their standards. It can be hard on dealing with this challenge when I'm trying my best as I can to be supportive, kind, respectful, or maybe if I leave a kind comment too. I have to deal hard times where some women, including some girls, make fun of me about struggling with my disability, or if I struggle on social cues in public places or social groups, or even on social media platforms. They make fun of me on how I look, and if I'm just simply just trying to be a human being who wants to do good things and being creative. There are times where they provoke me, where they call me names, or sometimes use vulgar language, or make certain phrases like it would be funny if I didn't exist. When these things happen, or when they do this, I have to hide my emotions when I deal with these things, because I don't want to be an angry person in front of them. I don't want to show my reaction to their bad behavior. Even if I just give a short good insight, like you hurt my feelings when you say mean things, or you make me feel uncomfortable, I get even bullied or put down. If I can't just walk away from the situation, all I could do is ignore, including put my head down to avoid eye contact. I've had some bad experiences where I usually have a short connection with them, and then being ghosted or ignored because she doesn't like me, or that she likes to compare on how other people are better than me. Other times there are peers of her or even friends that surround her who go so far to bully me about my struggles with my disability. I have doubt and bad humiliation when some women, including some girls, spread bad rumors about me on social media platforms, including gossip or in person. When they do this, it encourages me to lose some friends. including people around me, because they believe in what they said about the bad rumors that aren't true. I feel scared sometimes to even to talk to a girl or woman because of my experiences in getting bullied, dealing with the harassment about struggling with my disability, dealing with some of the hateful messages on social media platforms or in public or even in gossip too. My approach to women and girls is not an easy thing for me to think of. I have to brainstorm every day just to figure out how to do the best approach in the right way. Sometimes I'm too scared because I don't want to make any mistakes to them or them to see me as a bad person if I am simply just struggling with social cues or with my disability. It is hard for me to communicate to a girl or a woman about my interests because I don't want them to be scared of me or to assume that I'm interested in having a romantic relationship right away. I'm a type of person that wants to simply just to have a conversation with a girl. I want to get to understand her interests, including her hobbies, and many others. I try my best to be creative by asking a girl if she wants to meet for coffee, so we can simply just have a conversation. Or another approach that I can do is simply just to do short phrases like, "How are you? How is your week?" or other short questions. When it comes to women and girls on social media platforms, even if I don't know them or if they are social media influencers or celebrities, I try the best as I can to be creative and to be a human being, to give a kind comment like, "You inspire me with your work, including creativity, thinking of good thoughts, along with positive vibes to you when you struggle in life." In the years in the past, including currently, there's been a huge trend of women's rights being oppressed, or people trying to push for anti-woman stuff. I don't support this. I believe that women, including girls, should have the right to choose. They should have equal opportunities, including equal pay, and they should make their own decisions when it comes to their health care. As myself as a Christian, I believe that people, including people who are very religious, shouldn't control a woman and what they should do. They should make their own decisions and should not be judged harshly. But also, on the other hand, they need to learn how to be kind to other people, including people with disabilities or people who struggle with social cues. It is tough. I'm trying to understand how to navigate a society where women, including girls, rely on using bigotry and hate against people with disabilities or people who struggle with social cues. As myself, who likes to learn about history, I like learning about famous people who are women to help me understand what type of person they are and how they want the world to be a better place, or how their work is contributing to people's lives, including people with disability rights, like Florence Nightingale, Harriet Tubman, Virginia Woolf, Emily Dickinson, Marilyn Monroe, Ada Lovelace, Maya Lin, Marie Curie, and many other influential women, too. I like to study I like to study women who are historical figures to help give me comfort when I get bullied by women, including girls, to help remind myself that there are some of them who want to make a world a better place. Also, I do this as a way to give myself motivation to try to be creative as a human being who wants to do good things, and even if it gets rejected by girls, including women, or people in general. Another thing to add is I do my own time is listen to documentaries or watch YouTube videos at a certain pace with closed captions to learn about feminism issues, to try to help educate myself about women's rights or how to be a better ally to them. One of my hobbies is writing letters to influential people, like influential women who are in celebrities through public officials, where I explain on how I find the work on social justice, including people with disability rights, or how their acting is inspiring to me. I do this as a way to try to praise them for all their work and their contribution, and to remind them that they are making a great difference. If I want to hang out with a girl, I like to pick a public place or an environment where it isn't too noisy or too crowded, like maybe a coffee shop or a library or even a museum. If I have to try to communicate with them through phone or text or message on social media, the best thing that I can do is texting or figure out how to use different phrases to message them. I try my best to be kind. Use different phrases like, I didn't want to bother you, but I was wondering if you have time to chat, or if you like to schedule a call, including maybe like a video call, or find a time to catch up. The reason why I do this is I want to be extra mindful of them if they are busy. I'm worried that I am bothering them or making them annoyed if I simply just ask a question, and it's hard for me to openly communicate. Another reason why I like to schedule a call or a meet or a video chat is I want to help myself prepare along with organize my thoughts on how to have a good conversation with a girl or to figure out what should I do in different situations. Also, I try to do is if I don't feel comfortable on messaging on social media platforms, I try to ask for their phone number or text or even an email as a better way to communicate. But sometimes it gets rejected. But I have to tell myself I have to do it the best as I could to try to make sure I feel comfortable in situations that I'm not. To be honest, I know I am not a perfect guy like every woman or girls want me to be. I may not be a wealthy guy or even a sexy guy or an attractive person. I know that my disability affects me on social cues or makes it hard for me to understand how to learn people's personalities. But I am trying my best as I can to learn from my mistakes to be a better person while using critical thinking, including compassion, as a tool to improve myself. I try the best as I can to be understanding, kind, and respectful to women, including girls, when many of them aren't appreciative or are understanding of me. I understand the world isn't perfect. We have too many celebrities or even public officials, including our current president, or sometimes social media influencers, who really say mean things about women, including girls, and how they try to tell women, including girls, that it is okay to bully someone with a disability, or including people who struggle with social cues or people with autism spectrum too. But I try my best as I can to not be like these people. I try my best for my previous paragraph that I have mentioned is to be kind, understanding, compassionate towards them, even if they're struggling during difficult times or when they're simply just trying to navigate life, or if they want to make good achievements or even to be creative too. I'm trying my best as I can to be supportive of them when they face hard times or struggles, or when they just simply just need someone to listen to. I want to say thank you for listening to my speech. I know it's really hard for me to figure out how to put this speech together because we live in a very, very polarized environment right now, and I want to encourage every woman and every girls to try to be understanding and compassionate, kind towards people with disabilities, people who struggle with social cues, including men who struggle with social cues. Maybe they don't know how to talk to a girl. Also, I want to give a short message to them is they should always try to be an advocate for people with disability rights, because right now we people with disability rights are being weakened by this current president administration, including by the bad influences from celebrities or sometimes the news media or sometimes entertainment industries where they stereotype people with disabilities or people with autism spectrum or people with social cues as bad people when they simply are just trying to do the same thing as we all are, trying to navigate life, trying to understand people better, trying to figure out how to improve ourselves, even if we struggle with disability or other things. And I want to also mention is I want women, including girls, to be open minded on how we can communicate with men or other people, because sometimes we may not feel comfortable doing social media platforms because it's tricky these days using social media platforms, or to be understanding where people don't feel comfortable about how to communicate. Like, if people don't want to can't really talk to a woman, they should be understanding, maybe accept a short little letter, like a kind letter or positive vibe letter, or even an email or text and phone. And thanks for taking the time to listen to my short little speech about my struggles with girls, including some women. And I really do hope that someday in the near future, I could have more girls, including women, that could be kinder, understanding of me as a person with autism spectrum, and to understand that even if I can't be perfect like other guys, or if I struggle with social cues, or maybe I don't know how to communicate efficiently, that they can know deep down that I am simply just trying to be a human being. Also, my advice is to many people who struggle with this, like other men or other people with autism spectrum who struggle with women, including girls, is simply just try to be kind, understanding, and if they tease you or provoke you, the best thing you can do is try to stay calm and maybe walk away from the situation and give yourself a break to think of self reflections about yourself. Or another thing too is I watch like YouTube videos or watch movies or TV shows as a way to help educate me, to learn how to speak, how to communicate with people with closed captions, and um, that. So I hope that this speech is relatable to many men or people with autism spectrum or people with disabilities, what we are going through right now. And thanks for listening.